Good day, everyone. Welcome to Mog Senior High School. This is teacher Glenn Cadis Arendilia of grade 11, UMS Jordan Peterson. I'm the advisor. And for today, we will have this module 1 for grade 11 career guidance. Now, I know this time the word module is really a household term already, but before the pandemic, this module was already created, and it is designed for career guidance, especially for senior high school, um, to be guided, to be enlightened of what career they will have in college, right? So I believe that this career guidance module will really help all the students, especially in senior high school, to try to, understand what is really senior high school all about, especially for those students and parents that are still in confused or in doubt of, you know, what will happen to their sons and daughters after senior high school or while in senior high school. So this career module or career guidance module is helpful. Now, um, this is not a subject um, in senior high school. This is an additional special, um, what do you call this one? Special task or performance task for students, especially for us advisors, to you know have this activity when we have our advisory class, so that this module will be a tool for them to understand senior high school. So all right, so the reason why I am doing this one for the career guidance modules, especially for grade 11 students, my grade 11 UMS Peterson, and to all my oral communication classes grade 11, this is for you. Okay, in times like this, we'll try to understand why we are in school, not face to face, not physically, but in this new normal. All right, so let's start. All right, module one, Road to the Right Choice. So the title of module one is Road to the Right Choice. So the title itself is really, getting you into something. Kanang imog yung gusto, your choice in life, right? So at the end of the module, the students are expected to first enumerate the different professions and life choices. Second, explain the different factors affecting the choices in life and profession. And third, appreciate the factors in choosing the profession. All right, so these are the objectives. Now, the question is, are you ready? Okay, are you ready to take the road of your right choice? All right, so let's see. Now, for this activity, group activity, this is not necessary that you will really do this one now, because this is applicable only for face to face. Let's try to imagine this activity. In our class before, in all of my classes before, when we had this module one, we had this activity, that fashion show professions, where um, the class will be divided into four, and then they'll have to dress up the volunteer of their group, and then the dress up what they call this one, dress up their group member who volunteered to the profession that they really wanted, or the profession that they are assigned to. Okay, be it a policeman, a doctor, a firefighter, or any profession they want. Okay, and they after that, all of them will have the fashion show um, in front of the class. So they will explain why they choose that. Okay, why they have that kind of attire, okay, in front of the class. But in this time, um, since we are not inside the classroom, we'll just try to imagine, what profession or what profession you really want, and then have it in a fashion show. Okay. Right, the group will design a costume representing the cluster profession location assigned to their group. The group will choose a representative who will wear the costume in front, and the representative will model the costumes, just like what I said. Right, so it was a lot of fun when we had this face to face in front of the class or inside the classroom. Now, the groupings in senior high school, we have the academic track, the arts and design track, technical vocation and livelihood track, and sports track. Here, okay, in our school, um, we only don't have technical vocational livelihood track. That's the only track that we don't have. The rest we have those academic track, arts and design, and sports track. Okay, but of course it's not complete. But then there are choices. Okay, now let us reflect. What do you feel while doing the activity? So I asked students here, um, how do they feel? What do they feel after doing the activity? And most of them said, it was fun, you know, having all those fashion show for the first time, wearing only those materials that were given, very limited materials for their group activities. And then, did you find it easier, difficult? Did you see yourself in the cluster in the near future? Why? So try to reflect with this one. Try to answer it within you, or try to answer it um, by yourself. Now, our main activities, we have this video, a story of Selena, Sikreto sa Tagumpay ni Selena. Now, I don't have the video here, but I'll try to tell you the story of Selena. Selena is a product of a poor family, where she has, I think, five siblings, because in the story it was stated that the mother, father have six children, so including Selena, there's six. Now, since they're very poor, they sell um, vegetables, they sell things in the market, very poor, and of course, all of us can relate to the story, very pangmasa, because it is really what is majority in the Philippines, 'di ba? Especially sa school, sa public school. Sa public school, it doesn't mean that we're in public, um, tanan na pobre, or all of the students are poor. There are varieties of backgrounds. Okay, students came from different backgrounds, different cultures, and of course, different orientation. But as a teacher, been in the public school for at least many years already, at least 4 or 5. We're the pioneers of senior high school. I have seen how poverty really played a big role, or played a big hindrance to the decision making of the students and the parents. So with the story, Selena is a product of a a big family and a poor family, that they barely eat, you know. Um, but because of that, Selena tried her best to go to school. Parents are very supportive. She promised herself that she will really go to school and help the her siblings. Now, oh, we're not yet finished. Okay. Now, because of that, Selena, um, despite of the poverty, she graduated college education with Latin honors. She graduated cum laude. Okay, and then she eventually became a teacher, and then she helped. Okay, and she became a very good teacher, um, despite of all the experiences she had, she became successful, a very successful teacher. But it did not end there. Okay, she also enrolled and went to law school and graduated and became a lawyer. Okay, she passed the bar, became the lawyer. You know, from a rags to riches story of Selena. One thing that we have here is that the story of success of Selena, whatever is her experiences of poverty, she managed to, you know, overcome all those obstacles and then became a lawyer. Okay, so that's the story, basically the story. We're supposed to have a video here, but we don't have. But here, there is a question. What did you feel while reading the story? As or in our way now, you have just listened to me. So, how did you feel, or what did you feel while listening to the story? I think, right, you can relate to the story. What did you learn from the story? What do you think are the factors that affect the choices in life, profession of the character in the story? Now, did you find it helpful as senior high school learner? How will you apply what you have learned from the story of your pursuit of choices in life and profession? So try to reflect it, answer it. Okay. Now it's time to move on. Right. So we have here factors affecting career and life options. Okay. Let's talk about it. Opening reflection. All right. So we have here. Um, I am convinced that every effort must be made in childhood to teach the young to choose their own minds. But one thing is sure, if they don't make up their minds, someone will do it for them. And I agree with that, right? By Eleanor Roosevelt. Okay, so I think, do you agree with that? Okay, someone will do it for them. Okay, let's see. What influences your choices of senior high school track and strand? Ask that to yourself. What influences your choice of senior high school track and strand? What? Okay? What? Life is a choice. Our choices are influenced by different factors. We have family, personal, and social. These influences are unique to you and to your situation. Okay? We have different backgrounds. We have our own unique family and our own personality. So we have this unique situation. So let's get moving. Career, life, and choices. So we have three parts. We have the personal, the family, and the social. The personal, of course, what factors? Skills, abilities, interests, personality, life roles, previous experiences, childhood fantasies. Okay? For career, life, and choices, we have family. What are the factors? Parental influence, beliefs and traditions, financial resources. For social, we have the influence of friends and peers, influence of media, technology, industry demands, and expectations. All right, so these are the factors. Let's see, let's try to understand. Let's talk about it. For personal, career, and life choices, here, skills and abilities. Are you aware of your skills and abilities? So, as grade 11 now, as senior high school, try to ask, are you aware of your skills and abilities? Kabalo ba mo sa inyong mga skills and abilities? What can you offer to this world today, especially in this new normal? Diba? When individuals are in job best suited, when individuals are in jobs being best suited to their abilities, they perform best and their productivity is highest. True, because you cannot give what you don't have, right? So if if you want to be a successful singer, you make sure you know how to sing. That's as simple as that. Okay, that's the meaning. Parsons trait in factory theory and occupational choice. Right? Interest and personality type. Holland's career typology. Most people are one of six personality types: realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, and conventional. So, um, probably we are one of those. We are in one of those. Do you know your interest in personality types? Okay. Do you know? Maybe you're a realistic, investigative, artistic, social, enterprising, conventional kind of person. Knowing your personality will help you understand yourself. It matters that your personality fits your career choice. True. Okay? Start within yourself. Start knowing yourself. Okay? Especially in your choices, in life choices. Life roles. Super's lifespan theory states that how we think about ourselves and these roles, their requirements of them, and the external forces that affect them may influence how we look at careers in general and how we make choices for ourselves. Right? Have this question. What do you think is your role in life? A leader, an organizer, a mediator, a designer? Okay? So ask yourself, what is your role in life? Why are you here in life? Why are we living? Why are we breathing? Why are we here? Maybe you're a leader, an organizer, a mediator, a designer. We don't know. So, career and life choices, previous experiences. Right? One aspect of social cognitive career theory addresses the factors that we are likely to consider continuing particular tasks if we have had positive experience doing it. So the question, did you think of pursuing a task which you have been successful in the past? Okay. Excuse me. Excuse me, Paul. Did you think of pursuing a task which you have been successful in the past? Okay? Like, ask that to yourself. Of course, di ba? Kung kita, if we were successful in the past, we're trying to pursue that one. But that's for me. If you, how about you? Now, childhood fantasies. Yes, we have our fantasies. You may remember this question from your childhood. It may have helped shape you, how you thought about careers then as well as later in life. What do you want to be when you grow up? Ako, when I was asked that, I still remember grade one, I think, or kinder. Still remember that. I want to be an astronaut. I don't know. Kids in our batch wants all of us wants to be an astronaut, right? Probably we just want to be, or we just want to go to the moon. you know, you may remember that question. Ask yourself, what are your fantasies like? Maybe like you want to be a doctor. Are you now ask that to yourself now? Is it still the same? You really want to be a doctor, or do you want to be somebody else? Now, career and family and life choices. Of course, the family. It is a factor. Why? The matter of choosing a career in the Philippines setting is clearly a family affair. That's true. Okay? Look at that. It is really a family affair. Oh my goodness. Tagpuan in the airport. Anyway, the matter of choosing a career in the Philippine setting is clearly a family affair. Yes, whatever decisions we do or we want, it's a family affair. Okay? Parental influence. Many children grow up idealizing the profession of their parents. In my case, my mom is an accountant, my dad is a policeman, but none of us, their children, you know, none of us, their children, became an accountant or become a policeman. Um, we're teachers, okay? We're teachers and business, and then some business side, okay? But most of the children really wanted to be like their parents. Okay, idealizing the profession of the parents. How many percent of your career decision is influenced by your parents? Ask yourself. Okay, like you want to be a doctor, it's because your parents are doctors. You want to be a policeman because your parents are in the police force, right? And they really wanted you to be like them. So ask that to yourself. All right. So financial resources, limited financial resources of the family, another factor, which is like what I said earlier. Um, so sad that most of the students I have encountered are in the poor sections of the community. You know, they have limited resources, especially the financial resources, that to the point that they don't want to go to school because um, it's far and they don't have money to, for fare of transportation. So it's really hard. It's really, really hard. Not even just transportation, but they don't have money to eat for food, for food to eat. So it's how poor they are. So very, very sad. When your family has limited financial resources, will you insist on pursuing medicine? Ask that to yourself. Okay? But in the case of Selena earlier, right, just like what I said, Selena is a product of a poor family, but she managed to become a lawyer in the future, right? So it's a matter of choices and decisions and support of the family. Okay, um, there are Cinderella stories, right? Cinderella stories in reality. Um, there are stories that impossible that you think it's impossible, but it happened. Okay, from rags to riches. So um, we don't know the future, but definitely the financial resources is a factor in our decision making, right? In choosing our path. Career, family beliefs and traditions. The beliefs and traditions should not be set aside for in one way or another. It could play a vital role that would somehow relevant in making a choice. Yes, we have traditions and beliefs in our community, especially if we are part of indigenous families, or some tribes in the Philippines, and still until now we do have career and life choices. The social factor influenced by media, of course. Today media influence may have a positive and negative effects. Yeah, there are positive effects, there are negative effects. Okay, like in media today, um, good thing if all of the effects are positive, but the negative side still matters. That the social media nowadays, social networking sites is all toxic. Okay, so very toxic, especially that um, now it is even more times two because of the pandemic. It became a lot more toxic. Okay, so no way. Influence of friends and peers. Peer pressure, common among learners. Who among you will choose the same course as their friend? Alright? So, since all of your friends want to be a policeman, you also took criminology, or you want to take criminology also in the future, right? So, ask yourself, if you don't want to, but your friends wanted it, you don't need to be part of it, okay? But if you want it and your friends wanted it also, it's a bonus. Career and life choices for industry demands and expectations. Okay, changes in the economy resulting job market may also affect how their careers develop. Yes, the demands and expectation. Like before, uh, wait, like before, um, in our time, the demand of the society is nurses, nurses. Okay, the health section. That's why most of the students enrolled in nursing. But this time, no more nursing. Like when we had that before, there is the section A to section Z. Okay, but now I think there's only one section, or one section now, if there is a department in their university. One section, two sections, or even like that, because the demand now is not anymore nurses, more on technology, since people are into media and um, the technology, the information technology. Okay, but again, the demands and of the society changes changes every time. So it's up to you. It's up to you to accept the challenges that you really wanted in the future. Let us continue. So, career and life choices. As a senior high school learner, are you aware of different professions and life choices? Do you know where to go after senior high school? So, do you know where to go after senior high school? Or you just wanted to graduate senior high school and that's it? Okay, so try to ask, do you know where to go? So career and life choice. Senior high school curriculum exit. So we have here employment, middle level skill development, entrepreneurship, higher education. So mani sila katong trabaho, negosyo, kolehiyo. And the fourth one is middle level skills. Okay? So employment, of course, senior high school, if you want to go for employment after senior high school, it's fine. Okay? Now middle level skills, these are the NC2 and other skills in the technology, tech voc. Okay, entrepreneurship, especially for ABM, if you want to go for business, no problem with that. And most of the students, as I noticed, most of them after senior high school, they really wanted to go to higher education, and it's a good sign. Okay, you don't need to stop senior high school if you have all the resources. Okay, but if you don't have, it's okay to have some detours and save some money and proceed to the next level after that. Regulated professions. So these regulated professions, these are professions that needs to be to have board exams, bar exams. You need to pass the exams. You will be given licenses to operate and your profession. Excuse me. Like nursing, medicine, medtech, nutrition, pharmacy, medical health, engineering, of course. You don't want to build a building if you don't have licenses. Business education, yes, for us teachers, we have license. We don't, especially, not necessary, not all teachers need to have a license. Like I teach, before I taught in college, and no need for a license. Just need your master's and your um, grad school, post grads, like what do you call this? Post grad skills. Okay, but in public teaching, you really have this license. Business. All right. Mm. Now, okay, given the different career and life choices through the senior high school curriculum exits and clusters, regulated professions, were you able to decide after you go to senior high school? Now that we have discussed all these things, do you already have the decision? Did you find it helpful to know the different professions and other life choices? What is the importance of considering the different factors in choosing your profession or vocation? Right? So, career and life choices. Choose a job you love, and you will never have to work a day in your life. That's from Confucius. True. If you love what you do, it is not tiring. Alright, so reason behind choices. So, you have this activity, reason behind choices. Like, ask yourself what are the factors that made you decide to be part of senior high school in like UMS, STEM, GAS, or whatever in the career path. Probably a family, personal, social, right? So, okay, so do the reflection. I appreciate, state what you appreciate in your life, what you have. I would consider state factors in coming up in my life and career decisions. I am now ready to state your plans next, considering different factors. So, try to reflect. Alright, so I have some knowing the right choice. So, not necessarily this evaluation. But you try to evaluate yourself. What's your first choice, second choice, third choice in the future, your career path? Okay, so that you have options. You know, at least always in life, always have a plan B, and even plan C. Making choices isn't always easy, but you always have a choice. All right, thank you. So that is module one. Now, the module one really is for your choices or road to the right choice. Is it really um your is it now that you're part of the HUMS, the Humanity and Social Sciences? Is it your choice? Is it now that you're part of the STEM? Is it your choice? Okay. Are you okay now to what is your choice? So it's up to you. Still have time. Anyway, um, you have all the time to choose. You have all the time to think. It is really you. But at the end of the day, it is you who will decide. Okay? But if your family matters, the decision of the family matters, just like what we said before, no problem. Okay? After all, in the Philippines, we are a very, very close bonded family race. Okay, Filipino. Okay, thank you and good day.